You think you're too smart to get scammed. You think it only happens to gullible grandparents clicking suspicious emails from fictional princes.
You're wrong. Last year, scam victims lost over $10 billion in the United States alone. And the highest growth demographic being targeted and ruined isn't retirees.
It's digital natives aged 20 to 39. Scammers don't hack systems. They hack human hardware. Close up on the sketched brain diagram, faint circuit-like patterns etched across its surface, a countdown reading 90 rendered in gold numerals overlaid on the line work, emphasizing immediate vulnerability. Here is what nobody tells you. Fraud isn't an intelligence test. It's a psychological hijack. Modern scam syndicates don't care about your password strength. They use precise trigger phrases engineered to bypass your logical brain entirely and force your nervous system into executing their commands. By the time you finish this video, you will learn the exact 4-step psychological sequence every scammer uses to trick your mind. Once you recognize these triggers, you become virtually immune to them. But fail to spot just one, and you could watch your life savings disappear before you even realize you've been targeted. According to psychological research published by Harvard University and the FBI's Cyber Division, scam success relies almost entirely on artificially inducing a state of System 1 processing, a high arousal panic state where logic is physically bypassed in favor of instinct. Here is how they trigger it. How does someone trick a rational person into sending wire transfers to a stranger? They hijack your fight or flight response. Consider a 2023 case study. A corporate executive received a text claiming her bank account was under active attack. Attached was a link to verify identity within 5 minutes or face total asset freezing. She clicked, entered her credentials, and lost $40,000. Why didn't she stop to check the URL? Because panic shuts down the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for critical thinking, and hands full control over to the amygdala. When you perceive an immediate threat, your brain demands instant resolution. Scammers manufacture artificial deadlines. Act within 10 minutes. Law enforcement is on the way. Your account will be terminated. The 60-second freeze rule. Anytime a message or caller demands immediate action under threat of penalty or promise of reward, force a mandatory 60-second pause. Physically put down the device and take 3 deep breaths. The moment you delay, your prefrontal cortex reactivates and the psychological illusion collapses. What happens when panic alone doesn't work? They deploy weaponized authority. Humans are evolutionarily wired to obey hierarchy and credible signals. When a caller claims to be from the IRS, federal police, or your bank's fraud department, your brain defaults to deference. Scammers use spoofed caller IDs, professional jargon, and fake badge numbers to trigger what psychologists call the authority heuristic. You stop asking, "Is this real?" and start asking, "How do I fix this with this official?" They will even deliberately give you permission to verify them using fake channels, saying things like, "Check my badge number on our website," knowing you will look at a cloned site they built an hour ago. Out-of-band verification. Never accept authority through the channel that initiated contact. If your bank calls, hang up immediately. Find the number on the back of your physical card and call back on your terms. Real institutions will never fault you for hanging up to verify. Why don't victims reach out for help while the scam is actively happening? Because scammers systematically isolate you before taking your money. They tell you, "Do not hang up this call. This is a confidential investigation." Or if you tell your bank teller, they might be involved. This achieves 2 things. First, it cuts off external logic checks from friends or family. Second, as you invest time and anxiety into the interaction, the sunk cost fallacy sets in.
You've spent 2 hours on the phone. Your brain wants so badly for the caller to be the solution that you ignore screaming red flags. The safe word circuit breaker.
Establish a mandatory rule with your family. Any sudden financial emergency or urgent transfer request requires a pre-agreed safe word over the phone or an in-person confirmation of fraud. If someone demands you stay on the line without disconnecting, that is a 100% confirmation of fraud.
Now, here is the terrifying plot twist that changes everything you just learned. Until now, we've talked about humans manipulating humans. But we have just entered the era of generative AI fraud, where your own loved ones are weaponized against you. Scammers can now take a 3-second video clip from your family member's public Instagram or TikTok, clone their exact voice using AI, and call you at 2 a.m. You pick up the phone, and it is your son, daughter, or partner sobbing on the line, begging for bail money after a car crash. Your brain hears their voice, pitch, and cadence. Your biological instinct overrides every single security protocol you think you have.
It isn't a fake voice actor anymore. It is biologically indistinguishable from reality. This isn't sci-fi. It is happening right now across North America and Europe.
The psychological tricks haven't changed, but the delivery vehicle is now capable of bypassing your deepest emotional defenses. If you take only one thing from this entire video, let it be this simple protocol. Never execute a financial or data transaction on an inbound interaction. If they contacted you first, via call, text, email, or direct message, you must break the connection. Hang up, wait 60 seconds, and initiate contact yourself through a known, trusted method. That single habit renders 99% of social engineering attacks completely useless. Now that you know how scammers manipulate your psychological state, you need to see the exact AI tools they are using to pull off these deepfake voice clones, and the free tool you can use to detect them instantly.